Welcome everybody. Happy holidays. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas yesterday if you celebrate, and if not, I hope you enjoyed your day. We have I actually have 3 of my 4 to 5 deck reads, and then the 7 deck read that's on the table in front of you. So I want to get started right away. We're going to roll the die and do oracle cards at the end, as I always do. And let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. I am balanced, I am whole, I am magnificent and ageless, I am healthy, abundant, and wise, and so it is. Give me 1 second. Hi, I'm actually online right now.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and roll the die. Today is the 26th of December, 2022, as we come into the end of the year. December 26th. 26 is the Page of Wands. And we have, let's see, where are we today? We're at 44 today. So the 44 is the Hercules energy, the social worker energy, and the energy of the 4 of Cups, which can be boredom and apathy, but as for the twin flame community, it's very much about grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love. So let's go ahead and roll the die for the twin flames, December 26, 2022. And we have the Aquarius symbol here. So very much about the age of Aquarius, about the Aquarius is a fixed sign as well. The energy of groups, of freedom. We have Pluto here as well, which is profound transformation. So there could be Scorpio, Aries energies running in there as well. We have the 5 of the Hierophant, which is Taurus, but we also have the 5th month, which is Taurus actually going into Gemini. So, and Taurus is the fixed, Scorpio is the fixed, Aquarius and Leo are the fixed energies there. So there could be a lot of fixed, stubborn energies going on right now, and yet there's change as well with the number 5. And again, that could be bringing in that Gemini energy. And Aries, as in Aries is the new cycle, going from Pisces to Aries. So again, that stubbornness of the fixed signs, not wanting to budge, but yet communication coming in and a new cycle coming in that forces your hand, so to speak. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. So the first read, so there's 3 of these. And this first one was done, this was the 24th. Okay, so this was the day before Christmas. And this one starts with the journey of love, all of the underlying energies to the left, and then the cards I was supposed to count to the right, and then the 3 cards in the middle. Some of them are attached to the cards I had to count, as you can see. We had the journey of love up top there, and then the wild unknown animal guidebook. Then we have the mixed decks. I have both the KIPPER and the LENORMAND REVERIE combined together in that 3rd row. The 4th row is Tarot of Dreams, which I don't always use. And then we have the Shaman Dreams there at the bottom for this first read. I'll bring it in a little bit closer too so you can see a little bit better. Journey of Love, Wild Unknown Guidebook, the Mixed Deck, the Tarot of Dreams, and then the Shaman Dreams at the bottom there. All right, so the piles at the end for each deck, and they started being pulled at 5, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, which is the Wheel, Justice, the Hanging Man, the Death card, and then the Temperance card. We had 5 cards, then 3, 4, 3, 1. There's no gematria stuff here. We're not going to get a lot from that today. I started processing at 517, which is the 5 of freedom, change, and expansion, as well as the Hierophant, and the 17 of the star. The underlying energy was the 49 of the Woman of Light, and 49 is also that Get Your Wish card, but it's really about self-satisfaction, happiness with yourself, even when you're alone. The Woman of Light, and then the Oyster, the 19 of the Coffin, and then the 14 of the Temperance card, 26, which is the Page of Wands, gathering around, basking in the light, getting your wish, perhaps clammed up, putting feelers out from a coffin of impatience or fallen angel inspired, the 26th Page of Wands to gather around. The Lady of Light getting their wish with sunshine, vacation, or exposure here, of the Lady of the Light waking the dead, the falling angel, Page of Wands. So at 640, which is the Lovers and the Page of Cups, we have the 4 of the Emperor and Simplicity, and 1 little piggy or mouse, 1 blade of grass, 1 bird, and 12 of the Hanging Man, of seeing new perspectives and wisdom, of self-initiation, hanging out in the cyclone and the vortex at the same time to see a new perspective, right? The perspective of being in the cyclone, the one in the vortex, and then now the one of being in both at the same time. Perhaps triggering yourself in the chaos of the Christ flame, that wounded warrior energy of the victim mentality, the 20 of the sweet soul rising in a wake-up call to the Woman of Light, satisfied with themselves. The first card out here is the 38 of the Queen of Cups and that Mary Magdalene energy, and the pearl threaded from flower to flower, just like you would thread popcorn on the tree, the 44 of Hercules, or her harvest, and the rings of time, her lines or leaps of faith, as the messenger and social worker, the hermit from the heart of God, learning how to receive love, which just came up prior to the start of this. The Lady of Light, Queen of Cups here. So we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups energies together, learning how to receive God. So maybe you learned how to be the Lady of Light, and you've learned how to be that Mary Magdalene energy, and now they're teaching you how to receive both of them through receiving Creator within. This at 648, which is the Lovers and the going away, walking away and within, where there were 5 cards here of first 28, 18, and 17, which references the moon and the star with the choice of path or twin flames, in the sacred convergence of distant shores and her grace. A wintry, watery show revealing itself as an island while hiding underneath the bridge at the same time with a better view of the 4 moons rippling out in emerald and indigo violet purple moons, and those hiding in the phased arrays of the sun, the twin flame or digamma rays, and Kai, Cobra Kai coming up again, and that's a TV show about the Karate Kid basically. And that was, I looked it up to see if anything was going on with that, and it looks, I don't know if it's #1, but it's really up there on Netflix. The sacred convergence and drama building with the 18 to distant shores, standing under the arch in a storm, as the 17 of her grace extends her hand from the 3rd to the 4th moon, or the 4th quarter. The wand is her hand, extended beyond the 4th, so it's like going from pi to phi, where you go outside the lines, getting through the chaos into the middle, in the calm of the storm, the eye of the needle, and the belly button coming up here. A second eye to the 3rd, as the elevator up, the twin flame to the moon, to the star, who plants the seed of the question mark of possibly going in another direction. The Knight of Wands lights a fire, and the 54, Page of Swords, gets the message across via Earth Angel, or the messengers. The satellite and the star. And again, the moon can be referenced as a satellite. The Page of Swords gets the message across via Earth Angel. Satellite and star, the Divine Feminine, the transformer for the star's light. And then here the energy of the heart, the Earth Angel, pulling the rug out from underneath them to cozy up for the winter at 7:07, which is funny because last night my daughter came in here and put her blanket down on the floor. We were watching some movies together, me and my kids. But this was at 7:07, so 2 chariots hanging out together, or the energy of 70, which is the 2 of Pentacles, perhaps juggling, performing, or doing the daily, along with the chariot, which can reference travel or big movement or ascending. And the number 4 came up. I forget which movie it was, but it was a new movie out about, like, it was a whodunit thing, like trying to figure out who killed him, bringing everyone to the island to figure it out. So if you know, it's a new movie on Netflix. But there was a symbol of the 4 where it's all connected, and it's shaped like you would cross your heart for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So there's that same line of the cross of the 4, right, going from the bottom to the top, and then over to the side, and then to the other side. So there's something sacred in that number 4 reference there, which also looks like a sail. It also is the lambda leap, which I talk about all the time, the energy of the L, which is lambda, or the lamb, and the da, or the Father, and the leap of the line, which is the dot to dot arcing. So, and of course Santa Claus has been coming up. It was Christmas yesterday. And at 7:09, which is the Chariot and the Hermit with space between, or Cancer and Virgo with space between, the underlying energy of the Tiger who stalks the solar plexus, the quantum entanglement field at the new moon or just prior to the new moon. The Camel is talking the Capricorn blues, and the Scarecrow source came LC row, whatever that means to you. The Tiger or source may be watching the Camel singing the blues as the Crow stands guard, and that's very much the energy of the ground gate holder. The Crow stands guard at the event, at the wound, the accident, or the concert. Perhaps the food was left out, or the ants entertained by the butterfly learning to use their wings at 7:20, and that's when Nat came in, which always comes in for unforgettable. At 7:20, the Chariot and the wake-up call to Ascension. So the ants may be entertained, and that can be your aunts, as in your mother's or father's sisters, may be entertained by the butterflies, or perhaps the little children or little girls learning to use their wings, and Pearl with feelers out to see if the world is ready for them. The star is about to enter the spotlight. Perhaps Tiger or Source came, and Crow fired Ant, or LC, which can be at LLC as well, or LC or CRO, which is was fired. That could be a contract research organization, may have been fired, or Crow expanding and contracting, or just reflecting in the middle, a fib. And Oi, what a star, or boisters, or stormy, or someone perhaps showing off, or being a little bit violent, reflecting the butte, or the toy. There could be a toy represented here, and path of urgency, a BU toy. So there could be a toy that has some kind of power to it, but reflecting a butte, which is a small mountain where people live, or a BU toy, path of urgency, and the need to do something quick. Source energy also coming up as RCA, and Mel Crow also came up here, which is known by the Home Ranger. He's a director. Carmen in 2012, and the Lone Ranger 2013, and also something called CZ-918, which he did in 2012. And Mel Crow is also someone who's known for doing word puzzles. So Mel Crow, and then an address came up online when I looked at Mel Crow, 4683, which is the Six of Cups, and the reflection of the Queen of Cups, 38. So the inner children reflecting Mary Magdalene energy or divine feminine energy, East Silver Creek Way, Eagle Mountain in Utah. So Utah could also be coming up. CRF also came up, which is case report form, but it's an acronym, I'm sure, for many other things, whatever it means to you. But for me, case report form and IR also came up here, which is interventional radiology. And oyster butter also came up, as well as the oyster dome and North Butte through Illumination and Nooksack tribal lands to Samish Bay with views of San Juan Islands. So again, this is an area, maps of around Bellingham, Washington, and the Blanchard State Forest was coming up. So the woman of light waking up the pearls of wisdom buried deep down, 6 feet under, falling impatiently into a dream. At 8:11 of the dance of alignment and truth and balance, the first card here was the fox, watching the oyster start to open. They can't believe their eyes, reflecting swans, activated and plugged in or turned on by the swans, the sting rays, where 3 cards came up here, plugged into the sea serpent at a distance, broke the seal and became inspired. And now I'm getting and went into a dream. So I hear the news today is coming up also again. Or a spark got out from the solar plexus to hear Nightingale or Florence Nightingale sing the midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. So that was coming up. The foxy pearl reflecting rings of time plugged into the heart of God and broke the mold when Tinkerbell got out, a real firecracker, this one. So at 8:40, which is the dance of the Page of Cups, or the little ones, the innocent ones, the 20 of the 8 of Swords here, which is a wake-up call to the prison that we make for ourselves, or someone who's in prison or has anxiety issues, or the public prison of judgment of others. A glass box or a terrarium where you see plants on the inside where they really belong out in nature. The wake-up call to a flower that's kept inside. And then that's reminding me of the violet and the forgiveness poem that you can look up, the violet and forgiveness. I can't remember the exact words, but the heel that crushed the flower. But anyway, it's clear to see there's more to them here. I'm going to look that up for you real quick because that's a very popular one. That's Mark Twain. That forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. So again, bringing up forgiveness. The wake-up call to a flower kept inside. It's clear to see there's more to them here. with number 18 and the child, the little girl, of courtship. And here the 18 and 4 came up together again, which brings up the 4.5, because 4 times 4.5 is 18. The purple moon and Chi, and the Lambda leap, or the Christ Father leap, where everyone's peeking out here to see what's going to happen. Like on Christmas, you know, the children can't wait to wake up and open their presents. The child of courtship with the mature man of the world with the 5 and freedom, change, and expansion. Cancer or moon child, or her Cancer or moon pup of the 10 of Cups family, or stuck with a false couple, or danced to the death, or, that may be the tango here, of the masculine and the feminine in the wake up of the dead, or the waking of the dead, exposing all with the energies of Cancer, Aries, Taurus, and Leo here. And at 9:09 to 9:10 here, the first card out was the moon with the 8 of Cups and 32, which is the journeyman. And the miracle on 34th Street came up that night on the 24th. The 9 and the 10 begin again, but also the Hermit and the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, which also for me is Virgo and Libra. And September to October can be as well. The Fox feeling romantic about the Pearl near the new moon. The journey of the man in the moon, the journeyman or the man in the moon, pointing out the mid-cycle, New Year's perhaps, and walking away from 2022. The ball about to drop in a public gathering after the angel falls from the tree. The death of the sun means birth of the moon, sunset romance, and time to go within. Suddenly man with thoughts of a woman, and the dance of Jekyll and Hyde, in the tomb hanging an IV, or creating a happy tune. Suddenly inspired to dance with sovereign, patient in a supernova event. 16, 8, and 16, which are 2 explosions, doing a dance with each other of the inner children, the stars of Bethlehem, that double diamond explosion of a supernova. So 2 novas coming together to make that supernova of the Star of Bethlehem. The new children of the house of God, cheers. Men and women, life and death, 2 sides to every coin. And then the words coin was coming up, and then to change it to COUT, which was coming up, COUT means cold, and COOT is cool-headed, or actually cold and cool-headed. And the other one, did I write down? Oh, Swap Marsh Quagmire, coat ankle, a success or something excellent. 2 sides to every coin. Sudden brightening of a previously inconspicuous star or news. Novate, to replace something with something new, to replace a contract, one with more or new contracts, which came up for me for the card I had pulled for myself just before I did this video a little while ago. It was the contract card of the Sacred Covenant. And I don't usually read that from the book, but I did today, and it's very much relating to what they're saying here, which I actually wrote prior to that, but I just didn't realize that. So there's a sudden brightening of a previously inconspicuous star or news. To reflect something with something new, or replace a contract with one or more contracts, to alter, refresh, or be young again. The man thinking about dancing with sovereign or star and children. The double diamond dance of the butterflies, and the one of the magic adventure of self-discovery or self-deliverance. The 9 of Pentacles sovereign, of sovereignty of practical life, and the 9 of Cups of sovereignty of emotion. Ride the rainbow on the merry-go-round. From the Fox feeling romantic as the pearl is about to birth, with thoughts of death and rebirth and deliverance, of the 29 of the Power Lady with the truth, and the 28 of the loving man with a rose, reflecting the swans and the pose, as the 24 Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups, number 40, and the 2 aces, that reflect as twos reflect here. In the picture of swans, looks like two twos reflecting each other in the picture of the two swans. So two aces literally reflect as twos in the swan picture reflect. The swans, omega 1000 suns, and Jack in the Box, or self-crowning, and Pop Top combine to make love. At 9:48, which is the Hermit and the 48 of walking away and within, the underlying energy of the Priestess after the Ace of Coins and Atlas and the 6 of Cups, along with the Sun and Scorpio. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, twin Priestess, or darkness into darkness is the key to all mystery, or them the higher self in need of peace, letting go of emotional attachments of excess, with the 7 of Cups and 2 of Cups both, and the Ace of Cups all in a row, both all reversed, all three of them, and needing peace to sleep and dream, and to connect, dumped on, or in the dumps, or overwhelmed, crying or losing patience. At 10:03, of that high vibe energy or destiny of the 3 of abundance or coming together, the Knight of Swords unable to keep his eyes off the falling angel, the cold case files, and surrendering his heart, with Leo, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio here. The Knight of Swords falling into their heart. And 3 cards then come up, the Hanging Man or the Handstand, the Hermit reversed and the Fool upright, hanging in limbo, coming out free to leap, with Pisces and Capricorn, Pisces or Capricorn upright, and then Aries upright and Virgo reversed here. At 10:10, right, 2 wheels keep on, big wheels keep on turning, 2 destinies, 2 high vibrations, and the underlying energy of the 37 of the Magician's sword, with confidence in your magic, and the 64 of the Woodwives, adept to pain and bliss. The 31 in the hand, the universe is your partner. In chaos, right, it's yours to transmute and mold into something usable or practical. And the 49 of skywriting, the fates, with the hourglass middle of the infinity symbol, the K of the energy, the M of co-creation, the F of the digamma twin flame energy, and then the 2 flags coming together, which also represent the hourglass with space between in the middle. To get your wish, the 32 of the journey and the jeweled web, which jeweled is I, child of the web, the journey of lights of the 63 of suffering in silence or hiding in the winter's dream, hibernating. The 21 of completion and being whole, for first breath of beginner's mind, once complete and whole. The 26 of the Page of Wands, gathering around the power of community, and magic illuminated mushrooms. And that can come up multiple ways, but after I did this, definitely stuff about that came up when I was watching something too about some kind of new mushroom, I don't know, drink or powder or something like that. This also can represent the mushrooms where you cuddle in the mushroom, but it can be regarding any kind of magic mushrooms here. And then the first energy here was the 52 of the Queen of Swords, straddling worlds, and the 44 of the raven peacock on the eagle's perch, the birds of a feather, right, who flock together. The 52 and the 44 often have come up for me as the same energy of the feminine, of the Hercules energy and the Queen of Swords, or the Lady Liberty energy. The Hercules Lady of Liberty, and the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands on the eagle's perch, which a lot of times that comes up as Michael Sala and Elena Denon. The Queen of Swords and the King of Wands on the eagle's perch, learning how to receive love with the fortune's wheel of luck and right timing, inspired by the Queen of Swords Hercules as Atlas present, which is also representing the weight of the world, and a map available at 10:30, which is the destiny of the high vibration, and the 30 of the home and union. 1 card here of the horn cactus of resourcefulness, the 29 present or gifts, and alone in the desert with sun at their back. She collects light the pearl threaded, to the fox clammed up. The pearl is almost ready. After a romantic case dead and buried, falling angel comes in fast, delivering the Queen of Swords, Lady of Light, to the mushroom or community gathering round. The Page of Wands is inspired by the Queen of Swords to give help to the King of Wands, gifted in being a one-man band. At 1040, the destiny of the Page of Cups. So now we have read number 2. All right, so this is the next one, and this is 1, 2, 3. This is 5 decks, and it starts with the Journey of Love, the Wild Unknown Animal Guidebook, and then the mixed deck of Kipper and Lenormand, and then the Metatron deck is the 4th one there, and then my half deck at the bottom there. So it's a Rider-Waite deck, but it's only half of the deck with all the characters in it to designate people. So on, again, the same setup. On the left is the underlying energies, and then the right is the cards I had to count. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you can actually see the cards. If I could see them there better. It's a little dark, but it's okay. A little better? Okay. And then the cards at the bottom. So this is how this one read. So these were pulled at 6:44 on Christmas. The Journey of Love, and then 6:45, 46, 47, 48 for the Wild Unknown, the Lenormand and Kipper, the Metatron deck, and then the half deck at the end. The piles at the end ended up being 2, 4, 8, 1, and 7. And that did actually come up in Gematria, 2, 4, 8, 1, 7, but it was just a long list of numbers with a lot of 66s in it, a lot of 20s in it, and then 14, 19, and then 6s and 5s, which 65 came up as the King of Pentacles opposite the 66s of the Queen of Pentacles. It was coming up as the Queen of Pentacles reflecting the journey with the King of Pentacles in a wake-up call of judgment, patience, angels, and suns between them, and the top dog. The underlying energy here at 6:57, which is the Lovers and the 3 of Swords, of separation or healing, the 35 of intimacy and the Dragonfly, the 1 of the main male, the 45 of endings, and the Knight of Pentacles here. The Wounded Warrior's intimacy in a beautiful mind, main male number 1, purging at sunset, that you are held in the endings as the Knight of Pentacles moves on to help. At 6:59 of the Lovers and the 5 of Swords, the underlying energy of the 63, the light field is harsh out on the bridge, fully exposed to the elements here, and the 31 of the Christ flame, which is also the suffering energy of Christ, and the 45 of the purging of the hidden beauty within. The 42 of the blood dance of the 2, JC and Mary Magdalene. In the beating of the heart lies the intimacy. And notice Tim and Macy is also in intimacy of the Wounded Warrior. The TIM has been coming up this past week as the top dog instant messages, or the source energy I am. He burning both ends and she hiding her light. In the 2 of Cups dance of the Wounded Warrior's intimacy. Inside is the only place he's alone to connect with her, which was an interesting way that it came up. At 7:05, the Chariot and the Hierophant, or the change, the freedom of the 51 King of Swords to dream a little, the 24 of the Queen of Wands and the space between the words, the 23 of the King of Wands along with the 8 of the dance, or the strength, the manifestation of dreams, as the yin-yang lover bending over backwards to stop the wound from happening. Across the waters, the Wounded Warrior, King of Swords, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and the dance, where the King of Wands in his own dance with her, and Hercules stands alone with rings of time and aging mind, the human bird, the messenger, grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive their love. At 7:17, the Chariot and the Star, the underlying energy of the Dragonfly after the dolphin faces the unicorn, at the crossroads of the zebra. And some mixture of words came up as Taz, like the Tasmanian devil, or Utah comes up again here. Zebra, somebody could be dealing with bras. That was That was an electronic reply there. Zebra or zebra coming up here as well. Zed, Ra, gone, fly. U, Tars, as in Tarzan. And then drag on and fly, reminding you to inspire to breathe in and fly. Also, unit A to Z came up, or Arizona, and dragonfly. The dolphin, U, Tara. Z, dragonfly. Happy-go-lucky, dolphin, and unicorn were coming up as the doll's fin, and the unicorn, which is the unique horn, at the crossroads of contrast of the third eye activation, two hearts as one in a fleeting, beautiful mind. The first card here of the cosmic egg, crowning, awakening to the intimacy of that beautiful mind you share, of two hearts as one, as the hawk clears the way for Phoenix to rise, and then 4 cards at 7:33. The butterfly, oyster, fox, and swan. As the dragon rises, the butterflies, just leaving or just learning their wings, as oyster puts their feelers out. As the fox watches, the swans reflect. And I'm getting like a reference, a parallel to Jungle Land, right? As the poets down there don't write nothing at all. So it's the same kind of thing here. As the dragon rises, the butterflies, just learning their wings, as the oyster puts their feelers out. As the fox watches, the swans reflect. From the crown to the root, a birthing effect, birthing anew. At 7:39, the chariot and the 39 of the Knight of Cups. The 12 of the wise pair. Intimacy here. The wise pair, intimate and of one mind, reaping rewards with 14. Of the higher love and the message of concern, present to imprisonment or in need of a gift. Atlas with distant horizons and no water to anchor into. The 38 of the Queen of Cups with rickety bridges to cross. And the 33 of the Christ vibration and the man with concerns of martyrdom. With the main male, or perhaps father's concerns about his son. And the 42 Two of Cups needing direction, or headed northeast, clearing the way, or hawks inspired by risky communication. They'll come around eventually. Coming full circle in energetic exchange, and are the arrows of love, with 8 cards here, of 3, 4, 1, adding up to 8 cards, of great fortune of the Page of Wands, 26, and the lovers dependent on transition of the Page of Swords or their message. With Capricorn, Scorpio, and Gemini here, the 28 of expecting the world of self-love, new love, and diving deep with well wishes, and the 21 of complete family room or an empty nest with wise privileged lady and checking on one who may be in bad health or perhaps dealing with group health care at 7:59, the chariot and the 11th hour, so to speak, that 59 of the 5 of Swords, the war within. The underlying energy of the 5 of communication, and the 4 of letting go, which is also that energy of freedom and stability in the dance between the odd and the even. When you're free, you long for stability. When you're stable, you long for freedom. So the communication of letting go, and the 15 of the clarity, the 25 of the passion of the Knight of Wands, and the 18 of Mother Earth with their 45 endings. The 4 to 5 endings of stability and freedom. Free and stable, speak and let go, the codependency of clarity of passion of the Knight of Wands. The cold earth grounding and supporting as Mother Earth goes through her endings in the winter, and compassion for herself, that you are held in the sunset. The 36 of the Atlas with the weight of the world on the inner child, your inner children here asking you to hear and know me in this winter hibernation with time to go within. The 1 of yellow, joy and happiness, the divine masculine pollinating buttercup on the journey of the tree of life, from orange to gold, from ego to God, with 1 card, number 54, the Page of Swords, that Mercury messenger in lilac or the purple moon, the castle on cloud 9, and the twin messengers on a journey home to the magic crown. And we watched Avatar 1 last night, and we're going to go watch Avatar 2 tonight. So Avatar is coming up big in all the references and messages that come up in the movie. Actually, last night too, at 8:50 p.m., I smelled something. It was definitely a psychic smell, but I don't know what it was. It was like perfume and soup or tea or some kind of potent liquid, like soup or tea or perfume, but it was combined. I'm not sure what it was. It wasn't cinnamon, but it reminded me of something like a cinnamon, I don't know, soup or tea or something like that. But I don't even think I was smelling cinnamon though, but it reminded me of that. At 8:14, which is the dance of the 14 of patience and that higher love, the angelic realms, the underlying energy here of the devil, which is codependencies and temptation waving, perhaps that could be a Capricorn as well. The Page of Pentacles or Cappy invite to the King of Swords, receiving a choice of path from the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, with the Knight of Wands coming in and the Knight of Pentacles offering help or perhaps friendship. Scorpio Emperor, Pisces Capricorn inviting the King of Swords to choose, with the King of Cups and Queen of Cups loving couple with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, or two knights together. With the the Knight of Pentacles maybe offering help to the Empress to connect to the Page of Swords wounded warrior, and the Queen of Swords with Hermit's help to be free and mobile. And then Avatar was coming up again. And that energy of where, as a human being in Avatar, he wasn't free because he was paralyzed. He didn't have use of his legs. But as an Avatar, he was mobile, not only to move again, but to love again. At 8:33, the dance of the Christ vibration. So the Avatar energy was coming up as the Phoenix rising, or the big bird, which comes up in my readings very often, with flocks following them on the coast, where the circle propellers, and I told you about this the other day, I kept seeing like metal rings with metal rods through those rings, but horizontally, and they were all over the movie in Avatar. They were on the ships. They had these big circular flat metal rings that had one rod sticking out and then double propellers going both directions, right? The twin flame energy. So the circular propellers turning both ways at the same time is very much that push and pull of the twin flame energy and keeping the ships or helicopters stationary in the air. But was also confirming what that circular thing that I kept seeing. And what is the relationship to that? Why does it mean something from Avatar? And if you guys have any answers to that, you can put that in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. So that was this one. And then we have one more from today. And this one's significant as well. So here we have the one from today, the Wild Unknown at the top, the mixed deck, the second deck, and then we have Journey of Love, then we have Nature's Whispers, and then the Metatron deck at the bottom. And I'm going to just pull them up a little closer so you can see the cards better. If they will. There we go. So you can see them a little bit better. All right, so this one, and it's 43. Minutes now. It's 5:10 on the clock, which is again that 5 of change and freedom, and 5 and 10s may be coming up as well. But the 5 of the midway point, and the 10 of the completion going into the next, that high vibe of destiny, and then the changing point. So this one was done today. Again, today being the 26 of the Page of Wands and the 44-8 of that Hercules energy of the Divine Feminine and that social worker energy of the 3D moving into the 4th D, which is then that Christ vibration of 33, moving up to the 22 of the Fool's journey with an open heart, and then into the 11 energy of instant manifestation in 60. So Michael Jackson came up today. Just watching Sandy Lucia, who was talking about Michael Jackson. But I met a Mike today, so I'm just bringing that up because it's a Mike. And I had a weird dream this morning too. Like it was bringing. I just remember it bringing up stuff around atheism and the divine masculines. And just remembering, like, you know, in your dreams, like you remember this neighborhood, but when you're awake, it's, you know, this neighborhood, but you can't figure out where you know it from. It's that kind of neighborhood, and it wasn't a negative thing. But I just remember running from this one neighborhood and really running, working out hard, and I had to come back up this really steep hill, but I was really working out really hard, and I don't know why it was connected to atheism or those different belief systems. But it was a familiar house, but I can't place where. An old neighborhood, but it was different. And then I was getting this energy of something in my neighborhood now, but it wasn't this neighborhood, because I remember what it looked like, and I remember the energy of that neighborhood, that it's familiar to me, and I know it. But I don't know if I know it from dreams or if I know it because I've been there before. And that's when I pulled up the energy of the covenant card, of the sacred contract that needs to be re-upped, either redone or converted into something else. But the sacred covenant, which requires the sacredness of the contract to be in place before it can be signed. The covenant. So this is literally from the definition from the book, from Shaman Dreams and the covenant. New to renew, or ancient agreement with spirit, or it needs to be canceled or torn up. An opportunity that may be full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal or commit to this. The reason is that it needs to be elevated to the sacred covenant, not his truth, your truth, or her truth, whoever's listening, but the greater truth for the greater good. Be sure to read the fine print to avoid any regret or compromise to your integrity. Be fully transparent to the other. So this 5-deck read starts out with the Wild Unknown. The piles at the end of each deck were 7, 4, 3, 1, 2. Nothing came up for that, but there was repeats of 12s, which were in December now, and 13s here, as well as 131 and 212. So I looked those up to see what they came up with in Gematria. And also the date 25 came up again, which is the date that came up when I first did that 4 moons back in November, I think. So the 4th moon was February 5th, the next full moon. So something significant about February 5th there. And 12 and 13 as we go from December into basically the 13th, or the transition into the next. And the 25 just in general, which is that energy of the 2 and 5 of the first cycle going into the 6, 9, 8 pod as the second cycle in the 144 of numbers, 1 through 9, and the 25 of the Knight of Wands as well. So 313 came up. The number 1 entry for that was cross, as I just talked about crux on my last read. Cosmos, Hex, Bill Clinton came up as 4th, and then December 18 came up. You might want to look back at December 18 if you have notes to see what came up that day. Instead of Gematria, the next entry was Germatria, Sapphire, the Father, Magdalene, the Magdalene bloodline here, Chronos, Eternal Flame, the dates. It's instead of it's happening, it said it's happening, Habben, and then 212 came up with the Monarch, Atlas, Marta, Tamar, Bernard, High Noon, ICU, like EQ or ICU, QR code, Stick, the Alliance, God's God, RSBN, and then Brasilia. And then I looked up 743 too, because that came up. And that came up as Terra Luna Classic, Scotty, Blinded by, and that always reminds me of Star Trek, Blinded by the Light, Arriere Glans, The Hand That Seals the End, Random Acts of Kindness, and 8/10, so August 10th was coming up, Abaddon, Apollyon, Apollyon, the Lady of the Lake, and then CVN, Blast from the Past. And the 14th entry, which was the most significant to me for 743, was the capital letter C. She is the key K. So the letter C, it begins with the letter K it ends with. C, she is the key K. And that came up with the number 888 as well. So it literally translates to me as the whispering bench with she and he, because, right, she contains he, is the key energy here. But there's something else about key that will come up in a minute. So the little girl and boy, so I went into my little girl and boy to see if there was a message. And what I was getting is the back bend stretch, which is, I used to be a gymnast, but I can't do a back bend now. I'm not that limber right now. But that was being called to do. So I'm going to have to lay on my ball later to start getting my back bending enough to be able to get to that point where I can do a back bend. But that might be something that resonates with you as well. And of course, if it doesn't, or if you can't do it because of a physical reason, don't force yourself to do something like that. So after the truth of the collective sealed awakening, the zebra with their third eye activated, perhaps by sneezing at the golden egg. The snake and Z golden egg was coming up, as well as the snack of zebra golden egg. At 141, the magician and the ace of cups are holy grail, and the golden egg, or the golden child, the heart home, the nest egg, and the 29 of imprisonment with mouse, perhaps, the 40 of the void, and the 22 leap of faith, and the 12 of Akashic records came up here. The heart chakra. So the heart chakra from the book, the message at the center of the heart, is the unstruck sound. It needs warmth and quiet and time to unfold. No rushing, no pushing, no grasping here. Perhaps you need yoga or meditation. So you might want to pose a question to your heart, that which is lying heaviest on your heart, and stay open to the response, that you must be comfortable and vulnerable to allow this to happen. And the picture of the child in this egg in the book had this weird N on it. It looked like, I don't know why I got McDonald's right away, but I did. And so I looked at McDonald's, and there was definitely news today. And right after I said McDonald's, my phone dinged. And maybe something about socks too could be coming up. But the anahata, which means the unstruck sound, is that heart chakra energy with the symbol of the six-pointed star inside the circle, or the sun, with markers like a clock would, with 12 markers around it. The home of the self, of the soul, to bring the mind into its center, to discover the portal to the most intimate and luminous space. Our inner guide sits in deep meditation, waiting for us there. And this is coming from the book of the Wild Unknown Animal Guidebook. So when I went in to see the definitions of Anna, or An, aha, and Ta, right, the aha moment, and An is one, it's the one aha of Ta, which is thanks or gratitude. So when you get into that space of aha moment and gratitude, then you're in that space of one. That's when you're home. That's when you're in that tiger or horse energy. And Ta is described as a male animal there. It brings you to that place of being able to connect. So the anahata, the one aha with gratitude, or the tiger or the horse, the fire. The heart imprisoned by the present moment, a gift, a mouse. The page of cups, innocence of the void. That it feels like a prison to have to be still, or the feeling of impatience that we feel sometimes as humans. Well, maybe we want to do something else at that time instead of meditate or do yoga. The 22 of the fool with an open heart leaps across by the hanging man's new perspective and an open book test. The leap to the library that's through the heart. And then I looked up McDonald's, which CNN was talking about their new system that could change fast food industry. It's almost fully automated for takeout efficiency, since during the since during this past few years, many people stopped coming in to sit down, so there's a lot of drive-through. So they started making it completely automated so that, they have as few humans there as possible. So it's really getting computerized, the takeout food industry. So at 2:04, the higher self and the emperor, the firefly elephant and the frog in the rain, with a sudden spark or idea as the elephant clears the ground in order for the frog to leap. And there are 7 cards here. The frog may be leaping to the bear behind the eagle who's diving or scattering the field. The otter who's curious about the butterfly transforming, with the whale, the crocodile, and the star behind them. But the whale is exhausted, and the crocodile is just laying in wait, with the superficial star fishing, or catfish perhaps, where the frog leaps to the brown bear to get to rest before the eagle does, or get to the nest before the eagle does, as the little ones here are definitely vulnerable to the element around them. The frog gets the elephant to help them back up with the bear and the bird to save their loved ones. So at 2:11, that higher self or divine feminine energy, along with the lining of truth and balance, the underlying energy of the wild unknown. So I went back to the underlying energies here of the truth, because below the heart chakra was the truth chakra of the Vishuddha, which means especially pure, of the snake, which equals Shakti, the creative life force that appears when there's no more time to waste. To wake up, perhaps a teacher, whether it's yoga or meditation, can lead the way. And again, this is very much calling you guys as leaders for anything that you've delayed doing to perhaps get it organized that you're needed now. Zebra and the eclectic energy of curiosity and being fashionable, but very well received, right? As someone who can awaken your perspectives to something completely new. And the zebra will go against the grain. They're not afraid to go against the grain. With activated third eye and in their heart center, home nesting the heart home here at 2:21, the divine feminine and whole and complete. At 2:22, the underlying energy of the 33, of the older man with concerns about the one or the divine masculine. With the 24, Queen of Wands, thief, or maybe she comes with a thief imprisoning them at present. And which is interesting in multiple decks here. The 24, which is the Queen of Wands, comes up with the Page of Cups. And usually it's hard for me to get sometimes because the card will say thief, and it's the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups, which, definitely can be a thief. But why is it always on this Queen of Wands card that the thief or the untruthful person can come up? And today there was a perspective I hadn't seen before. And the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups can definitely be someone with their pet. And the pet can be a thief, which I thought was really cute, and that made total sense to me. So that might make sense to you as well. So after the Hermit, Queen of Swords, with gifts or flowers, and the 28 Power Man, which can be thinking about a choice of path or a twin flame here, with their heart awakening to a sealed message or seal that was broken, the 7 of that covenant, the contract needing renewal or trashing, the 24 of the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups reflecting here at 28, or the 28 of that choice of path, the calm before the storm of change and clearing out the family tree, and synchronicities with Cancer and Taurus perhaps, and the 38 of the Queen of Cups, hard work, with 38 number 2, or 2 Queen of Cups is here, with twin bridges to cross, mending bridges to the 33 of that Christ vibration of the older man with concerns about main male number 1, with the Queen of Wands thief, or perhaps the Queen of Wands with a pet who's stealing their things, in prison at present, or concern that they want to trap him. This could be a father of a masculine who's concerned about that the divine feminine wants to trap his son, and that could be someone who's standing in his way as well. And also in this grouping, there was 2 Queen of Wands and 2 Queen of Cups, which rarely happens, which is why I like putting those 2 decks together, because you can get repeats to confirm. But there could be 2 Queen of Wands and 2 Queen of Cups here, or just the 2 sides of each, or the splitting of themselves into different dimensions. One may be opening mail or records or confidentiality issues without permission. And perhaps this could be a worry for this man or the Divine Masculine. They can go to jail for this. At 39 and 28, which is the Knight of Cups, and again the twin flames or those numbers, the community gathering of the Knight of Cups, perhaps at 28, perhaps to propose love. At 232, the Divine Feminine and the journey with the Knight of Cups, twin flame, being love, or this could be a new choice of path after being imprisoned, whether for real or just being imprisoned at home. The 15 of the pushy polar bear, Atlas, burdened, exposing the group or the chaos, the conflicts, the competitions, the Leo and the egos. With 3 cards here of 17, 20, and 39, again, the star, the healer, the dreamer, and sounds like the Muppets there, or healing through the dream gift, housing, imprisonment. Perhaps someone now seeing that their imprisonment was a blessing in disguise, a judgment or a wake-up call for the Knight of Cups. Maybe they were a gambler or had gambling issues, or this woke them up to take a risk. There could be a gift with conditions of the whale or crocodile and our superficial star. Perhaps gifted a house that's a money pit, or risky endeavors here. And the Knight of Cups came up ×2 here as well, or inheriting the Irish pub, or a gift from one imprisoned or with a seedy reputation. At 239, again, the Divine Feminine or Higher Self, and the 39 of the Knight of Cups again. The underlying energy of the cloak here, which is the 50 of the 10 of Cups family. The protection of the family, and the contemplating here the worth, the value, the emotional fulfillment that you're getting from the protection of this family, and is it really worth it? The 13 of transition and the gifts received, of nature's transformation, and the 26 of the Page of Wands, guardian of the soul family, and the 48 of the 8 of Cups, where man is of the earth and woman is of the sky, the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the swan, and the 62 of the imprisonment again, that it's always a choice to be or not to be imprisoned. In the 31 of chaos of the wounded warrior, the Christ flame, into thy hands I command my spirit. Into the heart of God, the 9 of the hermit, the one and the all. The 2 of the higher self, divine feminine, within nothing there is everything here. In the womb of the mother nature, which exists not just below your feet, but all around you. It's not just the earth, it's everything. The 27 of the Ace of Wands, ethereal touch, that's inspiring. The 53 of the Knight of Swords, with their legacy of light, to hang out with those who need help, or just need company, to teach them about the void, about the Page of Cups and their innocence. The Hermit and the High Priestess as the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, and the Page of Cups, sweetheart. From the number 50 to 40 at the end of this underlying energy here, which is the 10 of Cups to the Page of Cups, or the all and the one. I was just getting that, this came up in one of the movies too, to trust in God on the dollar bill, which came up in court, right? If you can't, they were trying to prove that Santa Claus exists, right? That was 34th Street. So that came up again here. From the 10 of Cups to the Page of Cups, which is the all and the one, to trust in your own sweet heart to protect you instead. At 246, the 46 being the 6 of Cups, the inner children, or perhaps the outer loving children, or past memories, fond memories, or past lives here of your soulmate, your twin. The first entry here is the 37 of Fire and Ice of the King of Cups, with the Page of Cups and 10 of Cups that just came up, the one and the all, and not taking sides of the child or the family, but staying in the middle, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, the 0 point to source creator of all that is, unconditional love light, and the one of the heart fire, the spark that lights the rose to unravel and spiral and then go glowing within. The 21 that she is the moon, whole and complete. The 17 with her grace extending her hand to complete the dream, the healing, to the falling angel. The 14 being light as a feather. As 61 she takes a risk to love. She loves all of herself. The 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups, and the 3 keys of unconditional love, right, left, and center. The 1 of singularity and the 21 of the whole world, and with star, as you know, relating to the earth and the sun. The world is the earth and the sun is the star. That she is the moon, the purple moon. Her hand the bridge to the angelic realms, as she loves. The 21 and 17 added to 38, which is the Queen of Cups. The 14 and the 61 added up to 75, which is the Seven of Pentacles. In the SIRIAN Starseed deck, I always say, is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower. So it was literally coming up at 254 of the 2 of the feminine and the 54 message of the Page of Swords from the 10 of Cups family to the Page of Cups' sweetheart, the King of Cups of unconditional love, then to the Creator, and back to the Queen of Cups, the Divine Feminine's heart. So again, you have to go to Source in order to connect with the other. The 35 of the culmination of vision of the old warrior, wounded warrior or victim path, the dead and dying or the fall, and the 8 of the breakthrough of the heart, the lion's heart, of the warrior with courage, of the little girl where the butterflies are free to fly and walk on water too, and 2 little boy avatars playing on their horses in the clouds with laughter, 47, from the heart to the crown, the synchronicities in heaven in their eyes, in the dance of laughter in the age of Aquarius, where little girls with angelic wings and little boys with their avatar wings to tap into. The 29 of present to girls, to gifts and contemplation. That could be girls too, if that's their gift. The butterfly and the beast. Perhaps the beast steals socks for a living, and that can be your pet. That they like feet. The 25 of the Knight of Wands to keep your dreams alive. The blue baby or avatar blows you a kiss from your higher self. The 22 of the Fool on the live wire, waving their fairy wand and making magic in a leap of faith. The first card here is the 48 of Hope and Happiness, within, wild and free, as everyone flocks to see Avatar 2, of flocks of seagulls and inner shorelines to see swans and their guidance system, or GPS. Magically bridging mountain to mountain, sea to sea, shore to shore. The 26 of the Page of Wands to be true to your heart, your lion's roar. As a whole lot may be happening, so as the old ships sail, you may not notice the new ship coming in. Within the shell, the mouthpiece, the platform, the looking glass, the calla lily or megaphone, the next crystal phone technology. The 20 of making the beautiful rose, the little, or waking the beautiful rose, the little girl within to help or go to higher ground, way above the sheep and the thorns protecting her, or were they the ladder for her to get up there? Making it to the top to be able to see everything from another perspective so that you can say that you've done that. And now you can come down off your high horse. The first card here of the 28 of the twin flame and the bountiful harvest, of Hercules' preparations for the twin flames and their choice of path. And remember that nothing is significant about the end of each journey, right? Because at the end, there's always a new path, right? As in getting to the top. It's always about transcending something that you need in order to get past that to become enlightened. So if you need anything, then there's something else to transcend. And it's okay to go through anything. But you go through it, you have to love it and love that part of yourself in order to transcend it, to go through it and then rise above it. At 310 of the abundance of the Empress and Mother Nature, the 10 of that high vibe destiny, the underlying energy of the 42 to go with the flow on the whispering bench of the twins in the twin flame double diamonds untying the knots of the 35 wounded warrior Kundalini, the untapped energy, releasing that wounded warrior as the silver warrior of light in union, finding the last sword, the needle in the haystack, that last drop in the sea, the sword from the stone. By golly, you've got it. The aha, when you relax, release, and receive all at once. And the 3 keys right here. Notice when you say 3 keys, it's 3 keys, 3 keys, tricky. 3 keys is also the tree key. The tree key of 3 keys, the 19 of the fire of the dragon's pyramid, or the pyramid, the fire in the belly, and the ether dragon's breath, witnessing a warrior rising, and the 17 of conquering your fears with angelic assistance and open book test of the 12 hanging man and or Akashic records. So at 3:15, and that could be March 15th as well, the 3 of the mother, the coming together, the abundance, and the 15 of the devil, of the shadow side, the 22 of Archangel Sandalphon, who's with you now, serenading you as the divine feminine higher self in the purple moon with a time out needed. Day and night, sunshine and moonshine, sparkling lights and romance. The 50 of the 10 of Cups, family of emotional fulfillment, are signs from our family of spirit with love, of the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees, with 2 cards here that you still need to play out. The 21 of the indigo aligned with their star, whole and complete, a world with Sirius and Andromeda connection, the mother's Milky Way merging with Orion facing his dragon side as the twins are on their shoulders, merging into Andromeda connection with Pegasus and the dragon's tail, which is the Pleiades and the 7 sisters, with help from Sirius Mother and Procyon, or positive ancestors. The 14 on a new path where keys are with auras are laid out right before you. The boundaries of nature, or sunrise and sunset. To rise and hold. Breath in deeply as you behold the dawn of romancing the stone in a whole new world through arcs and steeples, bridges and castles, and the E-tower of the rolling stone, of EE, energetic exchange, and MM of Mary Magdalene, of 3-3 of the Christ vibration, and the WW of the wounded warrior, all in one. At 3:27, the mother and the coming together of abundance, and the 27 of that spark of inspiration. I want to urge you too to watch Sam too. Sam actually did his channeling, did predictions of every month of this next year, 2023. So check that out. And now the 7-deck read on the table, which is a pretty quick one. And as we're at 112, maybe 112.12 as we get there. Am I going too far back? Yes. Is that it? Yep, here we go. Too far back. Hold on 1 second. I think this is correct. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the basic read that's on the table, the SIRIAN Starseed deck. And then here is the entire 7-deck read that you see on the table. And here's this message. So I cut the deck at 7:47, so there may be airline stuff coming in there. And at 7:58, 58 being the 4 of Swords or the 5D connection, 88 came up side by side, which is the twins dancing side by side. At 8:02, which is the dance of the 2, the capital N came up, which is the energy of the Christ energy. And then, so again, there's that 8-8, and then don't forget that source energy that's involved with that. And then 8:14, I got a shift in my ears at 8:14 p.m. last night, and there was some ringing in my right ear. So I definitely felt a shift from the left to the right, and then it started ringing on the right. At 8:15, I completed this here with the major arcana being the wheel. So the great wheel, Luna, which is the moon, justice, and then reason, which is the emperor here. Before the read, we had shadow, which is the devil. And then we had 1 pentacle, 3 swords, 2 cups, 1 wand. So we had 13 and 21 there. The transition of 13, the 21 is also a transition. It's the world of completion. And then the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands were the main players in the read. We had the Page of Pentacles prior to the read and the King of Pentacles after the read. We had 11, 44, 66, 88, and 3 10s. So a lot of doubles here, which we had in the read as well, with the Queen, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So we have 11 of Justice, 44 of Hercules, and the 4 of Cups, the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, the 88 of the Twins Dancing, and the triple tens of keeping that energy really high vibe. So there's also here the 14 of the Temperance card and Patience and the angelic realms of that higher love, the 45 of the Purge, the 5 of Cups, 56 of the 2 of Swords, the 68 of the Page of Pentacles, and then 810, which is 0 behind 81, which is source energy backing up the end of karma around the world. The code line here is about creativity and effort with the code number 4 here. And I was just, Tesla's not in the code line here, but I was just getting Tesla, so Tesla's coming up too. The top dog and 1 equal and congruent to a sudden event and toggling up. So when you connect with any kind of sudden event, to toggle up, connect with divine source, to co-create with Sophia in the great wheel of creativity and effort. The moral man set device, the great wheel, to move towards the foe, the 4 of Cups, of grounding, integrating, and mastering the 0 point field. Tests could be coming up here, or to tease the top dog of co-creation in the sine wave of the great wheel, the water wheel, of the 44 of Hercules of the Holy Grail in creativity or creative effort. The moral man in a sudden event, or perhaps southeast, or just seeing the top dog, or toggling up to the divine, the saint, or the path of he, the great wheel for the 4 of Cups, of grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love in human creativity and effort. Also a T set may be coming up here, divided by 5, or the cross, a T set, like T is the top dog, right? The dead end, the buck stops here. The T set divided by 5, or how do you divide a T set from maybe a family inherited it, but how do you divide a T set by 5? But the cross was coming up there because of the 5th star in the crux, which was the center. The great wheel in contrast to the boring human being. To carve, to chisel, lost astray, to see and lead. The great wheel leaping to boredom at 0 point field. The moral man southeast, or the top dog in co-creation south. The great wheel, the twin flames, bored of humans, creative efforts, and perhaps seeking something outside of themselves, of that humanity. So we start here with the Ace of Pentacles upright and the underlying energy over here with the mini cards on top. And below the Ace of Pentacles is the 10 of Cups reversed, 8 of Wands upright, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the 10 of Pentacles upright, and the Shadow reversed. The 10 of Cups reversed is the end of the cycle or unhappy family in energetic exchange with the Page of Pentacles reversed. And the 10 of Pentacles upright, detoxing to offer a new life, a breakthrough, or groundbreaking plant. The Knight of Swords reversed, lashing out at the wounded warrior for offering the Ace of Pentacles to a third party or hermit, or to stay away from them. The Page of Wands with a secret passion, juggling the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed, out in the cold together. Out in the cold together. There could be some ending or death here, or in transition of the 10 of Cups reversed cycle, of ending that emotional cycle and getting over any loss, regret, or the past. A kiss from a rose or a sagging bridge as the flag of surrender to end an emotional cycle of unhappiness once and for good. Scorpio walking right over the old man. Priests and kids may be horrified at this, ending that vision of their perfect quote-unquote family. At 9:58, which is the Hermit and the 4 of Swords, there could be a death or family left out in the cold, or ending it with the 10 of Cups reversed, or just over it here. With Pisces reversed and Scorpio upright, ending an emotional cycle of the 10 of Cups reversed, of the Ace of Swords, and the Great Wheel in an energetic exchange with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Pentacles. So here's that same contrast to the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups family, right? The one and the all. The truth of the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles both reversed. The truth of a marriage, religion, or establishment, or Taurus upright, detoxing the Chariot upright, presenting the truth to the Hierophant, or the center to the Taurus, ending an emotional attachment or cycle, or family of unhappiness, dissatisfied in energetic exchange, or all the back and forth with the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles family. But the Ten of Pentacles is upright here. The Page of Pentacles reverse is in need of help from them, detoxing and a breakthrough to end grief, or of a death perhaps, or an ending. And the Queen of Cups with the Knight of Cups reversed, or jealous of the Six of Cups children, or that connection, with Dark Knight, or the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups reversed, soulmates, besties, twins, or two in the countryside, or the Queen of Cups upright with the Knight of Cups reversed, water signs, tiptoeing through the tulips, and Tiny Tim, or ruined their flower beds, with the Queen of Cups offering love that was rejected, and now the Six of Cups loving children being walked or stampeded right over, with unrequited love and new love here. At 1014, the Wheel of Fortune and the patience energy of that higher love. With Scorpio with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Four of Pentacles of Sleeping Beauty refusing to wake up. Sick, weak, with the harsh truth of the wounded warrior telling their woes, and the Page of Swords leaning on the truth, wanting to help a patient, or after surgery, or in walking away from surgery, or afraid of knives, or the wounded warriors telling their friend about a surgery, or the harsh truth of the wounded warrior's story, or bad news. With Leo reversed and Sag, Scorpio, and or Dark Knight, getting over it with a message, or the Page of Swords is pride, with no peace in trying to end the stress, but needs to rest for better health. Needing strength, the King of Pentacles may not be sharing in recovery, uninspired, but now starting new. Uninspired, but the worst is now over as well. The Page of Wands reversed is just sick, or not aroused, or sexual rejection. The worst now over for the Page of Wands reversed, who's still easily triggered. The Page of Wands reversed may be making a breakthrough and getting over loss and a death of the Page of Swords with prideful message or child. Found a way out of issues at work with the Emperor reversed, with health issues suddenly, or out of control with sudden events or drama, or the Emperor blows up with the King of Pentacles. Capricorn or Pisces reversed, with Aries and Leo reversed and Scorpio upright here, and holding back an announcement or passing judgment, coming clean about guilt and shame, of the bliss of facing fears of the Chariot and the Player or Cancer or Sagittarius, and losing steam or fell off the wagon. And in the recent past here is the injustice of hanging out in the present moment, of the Tower explosion of the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Swords upright, juggling in the 5D connection, and the defenselessness to the King of Cups, with the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups ignoring their offers, and the foundation of the Moon reversed, and the deception of having to be up early or getting over loss, with the Page of Wands excited to dump their emotional attachments, grounding and integrating on how to receive love and hold on to the Divine Masculine's heart, with new information or clarity about the injustice, and the central energy of the Queen of Swords reversed, the connection in the 5D, and separating and coming clean, or cleaning up their reputation, bringing good news to share with others, or settling up with losing patience or fallen angel, challenged by destiny, the Page of Swords and the King of Swords, and the Empress who's reversed. Perhaps who's happy that they can leave the Page of Pentacles reversed in need of help, or not invited, that there's no opportunity here, with the Magician and the Queen of Swords reversed, or Gemini and Virgo reversed, an energetic exchange of passion, trapped in energy sharing now that the worst is over. The Hermit is upright at the gate, being directed by the patient angel, or perhaps the fallen angel, and the Sagittarius reverse trapped without a choice, or perhaps they're trapped by choice, in need of peace. So they're leaving the first thing early morning or in the middle of the night. So this could be someone ducking out in the middle of the night as the King of Pentacles reversed. At 11:40, which is Justice and the Page of Cups, in the now moment, the crowning here is the Ace of Cups reversed, dumped or overwhelmed or purging. The Magician's reversed, the Two of Wands is upright. There could be insecurity here with your twin, with the truth of imprisonment, the anxiety of the Holy Grail and the big love. The Page of Wands reversed, Aries perhaps, or embarrassed in front of the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community. The fallen angel. There could have been a fight here, or conflict here with the Knight of Wands reversed. Fighting to get back on their horse. They could have fallen off the horse or the wagon. At 11:45, which is Justice and the Purging card, lacking faith and facing fears, or the World is upright, coming full circle with the King of Pentacles reversed, frustrated with the Ten of Cups reversed, family or emotional cycle that just ended, working so hard with Atlas and the weight of the world. And the Knight of Wands reversed could be a player here with the Ace of Cups reversed, either dumping someone else or being dumped or dumped on, ending that Ten of Cups unhappy family cycle, and the Ten of Wands upright, which is the Atlas energy. The Five of Swords upright with the King of Cups upright, defenseless to healing, the inner war within with the King of Cups, which is also unconditional love. Perhaps dreaming about the King of Cups, the destiny of kids who are drained or not heeding the call, needing to swallow their pride, needing peace, so they left first light or in the dark, King of Pentacles reversed. And soon here is the Four of Swords upright, resting in peace, with the Knight of Pentacles helping to implement a plan, with two out in the cold, house to house perhaps. So the Sovereign or Independent One with the King of Cups and the Empress who's reversed may be on a quest to be happy, even when their heart is stressed or disappointed, in need of sun or fun or vacation, and learning how to be happy anyway. The Twin Flame Page of Cups, excited after the Emperor reverse and the Queen of Wands and the Lovers reverse broke up or are lacking affection, with the High Priestess reversed, secret passion, presenting truth of the King of Wands reversed, in energetic exchange with the Knight of Wands reversed. Perhaps both players codependent on each other or uninspired family, but the Page of Wands is inspired here. And we have all these energies of the Page of Wands with the Emperor, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and Knight of Wands are all reversed together, but the Page is upright. And this back and forth with no love or in a breakup here, calling in their soulmate, it is safe to love, let go of control issues, and playfulness all come up here for the Twin Flames. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Five of Swords, stretching, growing, or working to align, with the Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles both upright here, and detoxing bliss, getting over the worst but still trapped, with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or anxious and feeling imprisoned or trapped. The Page of Wands facing their fears, but blocked by the Four of Cups being an island to themselves, with the Empress reversed on a quest or conflicted with lateness of the Page of Cups reversed or their deception, and an effort here to be more creative, but even more so parenting, teaching and learning, the environment, a healthy environment, and personal growth here. With the Page of Pentacles reversed needing help from the Nine of Pentacles, more independent sibling perhaps, obsessing over splitting hairs or the details of this. The Emperor reverse is being unreasonable, and the Hierophant or marriage, religion, or establishment may be overwhelming or feeling pushed to their limit, with Taurus triggering Sovereign or dumping on them, and the Emperor reverse destined to travel, move, or ascend, with Libra upright and Cancer upright, with Leo and Aquarius reversed, the Emperor reversed with the burden of leaving the wounded warrior behind at 12:16, the Hanging Man, and the sudden event. The Six of Wands is the one leading the way with good news, bringing in the news that the war is over, with the King of Pentacles reversed working to align with the Six of Cups, fond memories, children, or soulmate, or soul tie. The Six of Cups children, a soulmate, may be stepping up to the plate here. As the Ace of Pentacles may be a big offer, a breakthrough to get up early, with the Page of Wands inspired to stop trying so hard. Mentally. And the injustice of the Queen of Swords reversed, challenged by the great wheel or destiny of Libra resting and or alone. Overwhelmed Emperor reversed at 1221, burdened by attention, reputation, or bringing in the good news. To the King of Pentacles reversed, who's working to get their ducks in a row. For the Six of Cups children or soulmate, with a message to bring at 1223 as we bring in 2023, and we're now in December. The breakthrough about injustice of the Page of Wands reversed, perhaps who needs to get up too early, with the Queen of Swords reversed, challenged by a high vibe destiny and perhaps overwhelmed by that, and the Page of Wands excited to rest without the inner war, with time alone, without the Emperor reversed, who's being unreasonable with too much weight or too much responsibility, leading the way to the King of Pentacles reversed to align with soulmates and perhaps bring kids together at 1226, which is the Hanging Man of Senior Perspectives, and the 26th of the Page of Wands, who's inspired to get everybody together here. All right, so that's the message, and just a quick energy card here. What is our takeaway from all of this today? What is the message? What is the advice? Again, what is our takeaway from the message today? What is the message? Cornucopia. So again, it's like Thanksgiving every day. The 11 of Justice, Truth, and Balance is Thanksgiving every day. And carrying connections of a higher love. Okay, that you all deserve that. And this could also be a reminder to go from the beginning of the year to the end of the year to see how far you've come and write it down, or if you journaled it, to see how far you've come. That was a message that I heard as well today. So this also can be the masculine, right? Leaving the wounded warrior behind, becoming the third eye of the Metatron energy, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, and the 40 of the innocent sweetheart, and journaling their completion, or perhaps writing up a strategy on how to go forward here. The bottom of the deck here is Blossoming Abundance, the 3 of Mother Nature, obviously right here, and the coming together in abundance. There's nothing but abundance right here. And again, this is after that crowning moment of hitting the top. You have no place else than to come down off of your high horse, right? You need to start a new journey. There's no need to get there. It's always about the journey. So again, very cool messages here. That's the underlying energy. And then again, the abundance of cornucopia with caring connections, like Thanksgiving every day. That's the way it should be every day. And then the energy again of tracking how far you've come, or this masculine energy coming into their own and perhaps creating a strategy for completion or for the world. Opening their innocent heart to the world, perhaps. Okay, guys, I gotta run. So thanks for joining me. And remember to drink your water, get your rest, your joy in your nature, follow your own guidance, and enjoy your time. Rise and be loved, love and rise. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to breathe. And remember, it's all in their eyes. Breathe, guys. See you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.